everybody, welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. This is video 2 in our Tiny Cata crossbody series, I guess is what we're doing because I can't help myself. I will link below. We did a cut video and we cut out 3 different versions of the Tiny Cata crossbody from Oro Rosa Patterns. And the pattern will be linked below also. But we cut out a clear and jelly vinyl version. We cut out a traditional version, and then we cut out what will become a modified version. So today's video is going to cover sewing our clear and jelly vinyl version. So just as a reminder, or in case you didn't see the cut video, we're going with our splatter stripes from Fabric Therapy for our main panels. And you don't need a lining when you do clear and jelly, so it's sort of fabulous in that way. We're going with this blue jelly vinyl from Stitch Don't Kill My Vibe for our zipper panels and our gusset. We are going to use a custom cork bag tag from Heartwood and Hide Co. And then we just have a strip of rainbow. I thought it would go good with all the different colors in the splatter. Number 5 zipper tape, and we got a little seashell. So that's all we need, you guys. There's no lining. This is going to be super fast. Oh, and we have our 1-inch fold over elastic binding. And I said this in the cut video, but I will say it again. Don't let the binding in this bag dissuade you from doing it. It's small, and if you've never bound before, seriously get the fold over elastic. You see how stretchy it is, and you'll see when we go to put everything together how nicely it just sort of fits over everything. Okay, so let's head on over to the sewing machine and get going. All right, we're at the machine, which is a Juki TL 2010Q. And we are sewing with a Microtex 9014 needle, Tex 35 weight thread from Wizardry Stitchery. We have a Teflon foot on for the time being. We might switch to a different foot when we go to put everything together, but I think the Teflon will be good for now. Yeah, and I think that's that. We're just going to start by placing our bag tag on and sewing that. So if you're not doing a bag tag, that's totally fine. We're just going to pick a spot over here. I'm more of like an off-center type of bag tag girl. I like them to be like, just, you know, down to the right. I don't know why. Kind of my thing. We just put double-sided tape on the back and stick it down. And when you are putting on a bag tag like this, you just want to do it at a top stitch. So 1/8 of an inch away from the edge. Should set you up well. Just be mindful of your sticky vinyl. You don't want it to stick and then sort of mess up your stitch. So just something to think about. I'm just going to cut off this long end because we're back stitching. We're not tying our ends together or anything like that. You can do whatever works for you. As I always say, you do you. If you find a way that works better than what I'm doing, then you go for it. All right. And we just want to make sure we trim down the inside because you will see that. We're going to set this to the side for now, and we're going to attach our zipper panels. I cut the zipper a bit longer than what we need. So because there's no right or wrong side, I'm just going ahead and placing one side of the jelly to the outside part of the zipper. The side without the teeth. And we're clipping. If you're good at holding things in place, you don't even have to do this step. I'm not. I am not. And I'm just riding right up along that zipper. My panels will probably end up being too big because we're not following the seam allowance up here. But that is okay. We can trim those down. And then we're going to top stitch. So just make sure you finger fold this over. You really want to make that press so that you get everything you need to in where you want it. It will help with that final top stitch. And I'm just continually just going in here making sure. Better to save the time now than have to unpick later. Okay, top stitch 1 is done. And then you just do the same thing over here. Just line up your ends and your side now that you have a side over here. The closer everything matches, the better. And we just want to be super mindful of the ends of our stitching because everything will be seen since you don't have a lining. So just make sure you clip all that stuff away. So same thing here. Make sure you fold it over. Perfect. All right. So because we did not follow the seam allowance to a T, I'm just going to make sure that our zipper panel is the same width as our gusset. And if it's not, we're just going to fix it. I'm also going to grab the lighter and just get in there a little bit. All right. So we're pretty close. I'm just lining this up sort of center. And then we'll just take our silver marking tool is not working, so we will need to take our air erasing marker one more time. And we'll just draw a line, sort of outlining where the gusset is. And then we'll just snip down and make it match just a little bit better. If I had put on a zipper foot, we probably would have been exactly perfect, but I'm not a huge zipper foot fan. I don't know if anyone else out there also is not a big zipper foot fan, but man, just not, I'm not there. Don't like it. we're gonna use only one zipper pull for this because it's gonna be more of like a beauty bag. I didn't think two was necessary. So we'll just go ahead and open up one end of our zipper. There we go. There we go. Perfect. So now we can go ahead and take off the excess zipper ends. So we'll just trim them flush. And then here too, you just want to make sure you seal those up. Don't want them unfraying over time. All right. So now we're going to take our gusset. And again, no right or wrong side here, so easy peasy. And we're just gonna line it up as centered as possible. We'll just put one clip in here, and we are following the seam allowance for this. It's super important. It will ensure that this will fit nicely around our main panels. And we're gonna switch feet because the Teflon foot has already failed us a little bit. It doesn't go over different heights well because it doesn't move. So we're gonna put on the tank foot. And the tank foot, it has like a separate back, so it moves over fabric really nicely. Or vinyl or whichever. All right, so we're just gonna go back over the areas, and you can see here. So see these skipped stitches? It all happened after this difference in height. So we're just gonna go right into one of the previous stitch holes. That's always how I fix skipped stitches. Even on a top stitch, you don't have to freak out if something happens. And again, we're just being extra mindful of thread here. You can bind these edges also if you want, but we're not going to. Just gonna flip and top stitch. You're top stitching on the gusset. Okay, just like so. All right, and then we're just going to take our gusset and we're going to pull the right end on up. And we're going to do exactly the same thing that we just did on the other end. So you can see here, there are no skip stitches. So sometimes when you skip a stitch, it's as simple as just changing your foot out. Sometimes I've skipped stitches on a top stitch and absolutely lost my mind. So I'm there with you. I get it. And like on a top stitch that's like super noticeable. Wildly lost my mind. All right, we're just gonna turn so that we can top stitch the other side. And the other side can always be more difficult because you have a finished circle now, but totally doable still. All right. We're just gonna do the same thing, burn down these threads, make sure everything's all nice and sealed up. And now it's time to put our bag together. See how fast that went, you guys? We're going to find the centers. Of top and bottom on both sides. And I just like to make small snips. And then we want to take our main panels and do the same thing. So we want to get the centers of the top and the bottom. Okay, so now we have this wrong side out, right side in, and we have our main front panel facing up, and we just want to take our panel and we're going to match centers. Okay, we're just going to go a little bit down the top, and then we're going to go and match the center on the bottom. And we'll ease all of our curves in. And this is just kind of like a, it's a give and take here, right? So here I can see that we probably want our jelly to stretch out a little bit around the curves, and so we're just gonna make some small slits in just the jelly vinyl. Just around the curves here. on the top and the bottom. And that will enable our jelly to sort of fold around the corner. Okay, so like, just like that. It's gonna give our bag a really nice look, which is exactly what we're looking for. We want that nice curve. So you want your corners to sort of fan out, basically. And that should guarantee that you have a nice finish. So we'll just finish this side together, and then I'll go off camera and I will do the same thing to the other side of our gusset. And then we will come back together and stitch around. So see that nice little corner in there. So we're gonna do the same thing over here, and then we will start sewing her up. All right, all clipped together. We're gonna take our time. We're gonna go around this little cutie. And remember, we're working with things that are sticky. Things happen. Just be like really mindful of the fact that you might stick. And if you do, it's not the end of the world. Just like if you take your time, I really think that that helps with it. And we just want everything that's right in front of where we're sewing to be flat. So nothing else matters. So it's not flat up here, that does not matter. Just flat around what's right in front of us. Often will use the screwdriver from the machine to get on in there, push things down where they belong. Like I said, just take your time here. Because this is a bound bag, your stitches that you're making right now are never going to be seen. Which is again why I'm always telling you, if you haven't bound a bag, try. Because it allows you so much grace. So I feel like bound bags are actually fabulous for beginners because you don't have to have a perfect stitch anywhere. Can be kind of messy, and that's okay. And you just want to make sure you're sewing past your slits too. You don't want to sew over those. you have tissue paper, you can put down tissue paper, and that will help with some of the stickiness that you're going to encounter. Going to come back down here, make sure we're good to go. This blue jelly is strong. And we're right back where we started, so we're just going to finish her off. All right, let's take a look. Oh yeah, pretty good, you guys. All right, so it looks like we just have a couple of stitches that I want to go over that are a little bit long. So I'm going to do that quickly. And then we'll attach our binding to this side so that this one side is totally finished. All right, we're on to the binding. Like I said, this is going to be the easiest. You just give it a little pull and see how nicely it goes around that corner. I seriously can't suggest, if you are a beginner binder, fold over elastic is your friend. Just make sure you get the 1 inch wide. I had got 3/4 inch wide previously and could not figure out why everyone else was making fabulous bags and I couldn't. And it was just because I didn't have wide enough elastic. All right, so when you come to the end here, we're gonna cut it a little bit more than what we need. And we're gonna fold over the end. And we're starting on a side so that when you open the bag, it's not the first thing that you see. And we're just gonna overlap. Like so. Okay, so there we go. That's what we're working with. Let's move some of these clips out of the way. And we're just gonna pick a straight side to start on because it's easier. We're going for it. When you use binding that's the same color as your thread, it is literally never ever going to be seen. Your stitches, nothing. You're protected. So, like, do it. That's I like to tell you, you do you, but if you're not doing binding, you need to try it. And this is a great little bag to start on. You just want to stay within your original seam allowance. So we're just sewing slightly in from that. Obviously, the straight sides are going to be easier. And we're just taking our time. We're in the bulkier spot right now. There we go. We're done. Okay, now, see our binding? It looks fab, and it was so easy, and you do not have to be perfect with it, and honestly, that's what I like the most. So, all right, we are gonna go ahead and put the second side on exactly the same way, you guys, and then we're all done. Then we get to turn our cute little beauty bag, Tiny Cata, inside out and see what she looks like. All right, so I'm gonna do this side off camera because it's exactly the same. And then we'll come back together and turn her out. All right, we're at the finish table and we are starting to turn our bag. If you have never turned a jelly clear vinyl bag before, it is a workout. It is, because it sticks to itself. Whew. All right, so we're just gonna get in there and sort of make our concentrating really hard face. Push out our corners. You're gonna see our binding. So cute. So cute. I think the turnout is one of my favorite parts of a bag because you never really know. Like, you don't know. You don't know if it's going to be great or not until you are able to really turn it out. Okay. And it will take, bags just take a little like extra finagling sometimes. Sort of get its shape where you want it. And this one will be no exception. There we go. So cute. So this will be perfect for really anything. It could be beauty products. It could be like the nail products that I had talked about in the cutting video. We're going to have to do a little bit more work to push everything out correctly, but I didn't want you to have to watch me do that. So there we go, the inside. And you guys, we made this so fast. And it was really very easy. Here we go. Here we go. We're getting there. It was very easy. This is a nice quick make, especially if you're looking for like a gift or an addition to a gift, anything like that. And this is going to be so perfect for you. This could also be a really cute bag if you did put D-ring straps on it to bring to an arena, depending on the size bags that they allow. But this might actually really work out for that. So We'll have to check the arena sizes around where I am. But there we go, guys. So this is version number 1, clear and jelly vinyl Tiny Cata. I hope you enjoyed today. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you soon.